Mensah off the glass, and they got to deal with Obioha down low. So Binghamton goes a little bit bigger today.
Tariq Balogun back in the starting lineup for the 9th time this season. And away we go from the Dr. B.I.G court at the Event Center. That's the freshman, Ahmad Henderson II, who's off to a great start in his collegiate career. Purple Eagles get the game's first shot, and the first rebound is run down by Tariq Balogun. Bearcats unbeaten on this floor. 4 games, 4 wins, most recently beating Lemoyne. Part of the very exciting battle for the interstate last weekend. Close range from Shinnery, spins out.
Shinnery had a mismatch with Henderson on him. Torrance found him, but he just couldn't finish.
Had that mismatch versus the 5'9" Henderson. Good feed from Obioha, and he sets up a great look for Randy Tucker.
Tucker, good patience inside, gave Hareed a pump fake, got him up in the air, and then went to the other side.
Purple Eagles on the road after a long stretch of home games. Now they'll start racking up the miles. They just took down an America East team in NJIT on Saturday. Back to work goes Balogun, but he's off the mark. Bingham misses their first 2 shots, and here comes Henderson. The true freshman glides in, takes on 2 Bearcats. Mid-range Obioha won't go down.
I think if you're Binghamton, you can live with Obioha shooting a 3-pointer.
Nehemiah Benson starting for the 5th straight night. Benson making good work of it, averaging double figures in his last 5 games in scoring. Bearcats on the board after the Benson bucket. Niagara answers, and it's delivered by Randy Tucker, who's got both Purple Eagles buckets.
They're playing through Obioha, even though that was in the high post. He's a pretty good passer.
The U's offense goes to work. 6th in America East in scoring. The entire Purple Eagles bench wanted to travel, and instead Balogun finishes with a bucket. Looked like they were all doing a dance with the arms in circles on the Niagara
They got
bench.
away with a little shuffle, but nobody called it, so I guess he didn't.
That's Luke Bumbalough, a 4-year player at Ball State and one of 8 newcomers for Greg Paulus's Purple Eagles. And after the reach and foul, we take a look at our keys to tonight's game. Doug?
Well, you know, Niagara's going to feature Obioha in the post. They want to play through him. He's huge on the block, the size. He's 7 foot. Binghamton will probably defend him with multiple defenders. They got to read the defense. Niagara has to read how Binghamton's playing. If they double down, they want to try to post up Obioha, but if they double down, he'll have to kick it out. Conversely, BU has to be disciplined on the defensive end, and they got to control the glass. They got to rebound on the defensive end so they can get out in transition.
That transition was such a big focus for Greg Paulus heading into this one. He said they're dangerous. They can get out, make a defensive stop, get the ball down and run with it. They are really focused on throwing off the Bearcat pace.
Well, you saw the one basket they had. They quickly got it off the glass. The shot by Obioha, and then they pushed it up the floor. They got an easy one for Benson. That's what Binghamton wants to do. They want to run off their rebounds.
Benson got called for the reach-in foul. Muscling in is Obeng Mensah, the former UMBC retriever, and on the second offensive rebound, he converts.
Well, those 2 guys that just did that, played a little volleyball with that, you have to keep them off the glass. They're 2 outstanding offensive rebounders.
And that's the recipe, Todd, for Niagara. It's not just the first look, it's those second chances. Too deep from Shinnery, and there was a foul on the rebound attempt. It looks like this is on the Purple Eagles. Yao Obeng Mensah.
Yeah, got a little shove in there in the back of Shinnery.
Well, Sanders was, when talking about the Purple Eagles, Doug, the first thing he mentioned were the 2 big guys, Obioha and Obeng Mensah. And they know full well that a complete defensive stop has to end with a rebound tonight.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Sanders is always preaching. You know, sometimes guys, when the shot goes up, they think the defensive possession is over. You've got to come down with that rebound before the possession is over.
They're going to get Shinnery for an offensive foul. That ignites the Niagara bench.
Good job by Binghamton, though. They're exploiting the mismatch, the size difference twice down the floor now, but Shinnery a little too aggressive on the offensive move there.
So a 2-point lead for the Purple Eagles, representing the MAC. Another MAC foe for BU. They played a handful of them this season, and we're going to get another foul. And this is on Nehemiah Benson, reported Armand Fareed. There's a look at Craig Paulus, who over the last 2 seasons has had to bring in a full trove of new players. He lost 10 players from last year. There are 8 new names on their roster this season.
Well, that's what you got to try to do, is mold guys together, mold guys' personalities, mold guys' games, and get them all on the same page.
There's Nehemiah Benson, one of BU's newcomers, and gets the left-handed finish to fall.
Solid, strong move into the paint, into this left hand. Nice little jump hook. Tough to stop that move.
BU rolling into this one after beating Lemoyne a week and a half ago. They put finals in the rearview mirror and now get the focus solely on basketball. Following the defensive stop, here comes Taimu Shinnery. And the follow from Balogun will send him to the free throw line.
Good job by Shinnery pushing the ball up the floor. They didn't have numbers, but he did get a pretty good look. Just didn't fall. And a good follow by Balogun to pick up the foul there.
Like, it feels like it's been a bit since we've talked about Tariq Balogun, but he, if all goes according to the scouting report, will play a big role tonight against the big fellas for Niagara.
Well, you know, Coach Sanders, the opponent will dictate the lineup more often than not for Binghamton. They need to check out Obeng-Mensah. They need to keep OBO off the boards, so you're going to go with a bigger lineup. Hence, you'll see some of Balogun tonight. You may even see Tavion White a little bit more than you normally do. You may even see Gavin Walsh down there in the post playing defense, but they're going to play defense by committee, and Balogun's going to get a lot of minutes today.
Balogun's already got a pretty good sweat going on.
Pardon?
He's got a good sweat going on already, just 4 minutes deep. He's ready to go.
They recognize that too. They got him out. He's a little fired up because he hasn't been playing as much of late, but
get that man a water bottle. 2-point Bearcat lead. They enter 6-4 on a good run. 6-2 in their last 8 games. Henderson left it short. Symir Torrance has the rebound. 10th in the country in assists. Almost 7 per game. Looking for Benson. Poked away. Good job by Tucker. And then another foul. BU racking them up to start the first 4.5 minutes. And it sends us to a break. 2-point Bearcat edge. This is Non-Conference Hoops on ESPN+.
Hey man, ever since you tried Zesty Hidden Valley Ranch, I feel like you've been a bigger fan of that than the closers.
How could you say that? Ranch time.
Hidden Valley Ranch.
Only taste my flavor. BK also backed by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. With the new Schwimmin' Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day. At BK, have it your way.
Time is running out for limited time savings on the Hyundai you've always wanted. Because when the holidays end, so do these deals. Plus, the season's best savings also come with America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in. Don't let these deals get away. Now lease the Santa Fe for $269 a month or get 0% APR for 60 months plus $1,000 bonus cash. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
All right, guys. This entire season boils down to one word.
Bundle home and auto.
But that's 4 words.
Not if you bundle them.
Bundle and save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I will not break a sweat when I take the stairs.
I will not break a sweat when I take the stairs.
I will dunk on the hoop over my garage.
I will dunk on the hoop over my garage.
I will insist it's regulation height even though it's definitely not.
I will insist it's regulation height even though it's definitely not.
Excellent.
You have won yourself. Let's go.
Lavelle Sanders is Bearcats lead the visiting Purple Eagles 8-6. 4.5 minutes deep into this one. Tim Hyman, Doug Walsh, Jason Weinstein. And you can see Lavelle in the middle of that huddle, Doug. And He's getting this team ready for conference play. Just 2 games left after this one before the Bearcats kick off America East action.
And he's gotten through 10, 11 guys. You want to see, when you're in practice, it's a little bit different than seeing them in the game. He's pretty much, he kind of knows where he wants to go now, just kind of fine-tuning it for the last couple of games here at home, but he knows what he wants to do, the style that he wants to play, and who's going to fit that style the best.
He's added a handful of newcomers. There were 9 on the roster for BU. And a heavy collection of those newcomers have had a big impact for the Bearcats, who will open up America East play January 11th against the Bryant Bulldogs. Here, though, to wrap up the non-conference slate. 3 games left here against the Niagara Purple Eagles, a team they lost to on the road last season. A couple of days before Christmas, suffered a 6-point defeat. However, the biggest scorers in that game are no longer with either team.
Yeah, this is a new team for both teams.
Almost like a moot point to check out the box score from that game. Jacob Falco had 36 points for the Bearcats in the losing effort. Noah Thomason, who was dynamite for the Purple Eagles last year, had 27 points in the win. But Thomason transferred to Georgia, leaving a huge void for Niagara to find their offense. And as Greg Paul has described it, they're at their best, Doug, offensively, Niagara, when they have balanced scoring. That's not going to be one star. They need a handful of guys in the lower double digits.
Yeah, they're both similar. Both clubs are the same, pretty much the same. They don't rely on one person all the time. Who knows? Maybe 2 different guys will have a night tonight like the guys did last year.
Rutai Searay picks up the foul as he sends Tariq Balogun to the free throw line.
You see they're pushing the ball inside. Binghamton wants to challenge Niagara inside, take advantage of their height advantage. Almost exclusively, they pounded the ball down low over the first 5 minutes of this ball game.
Balogun, born in Italy, raised in England, and playing his college basketball in Vestal, is now 4 of 4 from the free throw line to start tonight's game.
He's improved there dramatically since earlier in the season.
He's got his Bearcats on top by 4 as they bid for a 7th non-conference win. Into the hands of Braxton Bayless. Henderson drives, the scoop, good. Good touch shown off by the true freshman.
Boy, he needed every bit of that backboard up top to get it over Balogun.
And then gets a piece of one with the Torrance drive, but BU will keep it. Here's a look at Samir Torrance from Syracuse, New York. Spent 2 seasons playing for Jim Boeheim before transferring to join the Bearcats. Their go-to point guard. Not only setting the table, but also scoring. Almost 10 points per game for Torrance. He finds Balogun, who gets a tough leaner to go home. No easy shot for Tariq Balogun.
Yeah, Niagara thought he may have gotten away with a shuffle of the feet there as well, but they're 0 for 2 on that.
So Balogun getting an opportunity, maybe taking center stage and taking advantage of it. He has 8 of BU's 12 points.
Well, I'm sure the coaching staff challenged him before the game yesterday and the day before, and probably in the pregame.
The reach-in foul on the Purple Eagles. That goes against Ahmad Henderson. Well, it's interesting, Doug, if you rewind the clock a little bit, Balogun had a monster game for the Bearcats against Loyola Maryland, and Lavelle Sanders pointed to the support of his teammates to always have his back, and now here he is after maybe taking a secondary role the last couple of the games with a chance to show himself once more.
It looks like they're making a concerted effort to feature him down low, getting them the ball as deep as he can, and he's doing a good job getting position down there.
Shinnery takes the handoff. Still trying to get one home is Shinnery on these close range shots. 0 for his first 4, but hustles back on defense as the Purple Eagles go to work. Third best scoring mark in the conference at 74 points per game. Buoyed by 113 that they put on Buffalo State just a couple of days ago. Bayless can't get the Plinko to go home. And it's pulled down by Torrance. Hurry. An open look, Shinnery. Magic trying to find it from what he had against Lemoyne when he scored 31 points, Shinnery.
Well, remember that game, he couldn't miss from everywhere.
Well, Lavelle Sanders said, what was the secret? Well, he was hitting three-pointers. That was the secret. If Shinnery's hitting perimeter shots and building off of what he can do so well within arm's reach of the rim, that's how a guy like him scores 30-plus points.
Now, that was like I remember Luke Sutherland, that was like a one-on-one game. He had like 35 and Shinnery had 31. But neither one of those guys could miss. But, yeah, if Shinnery's shooting threes, he's double trouble.
31 points, a dozen rebounds, and 4 blocks. He was getting some national attention for that line across social media. Here, a 4-point lead. Bearcats on top. That's Tariq Bullock from North Carolina. And those roots to the rim are hard-earned for the Purple Eagles. That was a point of emphasis for Lavelle Sanders. He did not want any sort of easy trips into the lane for Niagara's guards.
So far, they've been doing a pretty good job of keeping the guards out of the lane because they like to drive it and then kick it. And they're also pushing the bigs out away from the basket so they can't establish a post game. So Binghamton doing a real good job keeping the Niagara offense on the perimeter.
Bayless banged it off a Bearcat, got it back, but can't roll it home.
Well, a heady play there because there wasn't much time left on the shot clock. Torrance had his back to him. He knocked it off his back, stepped in, just missed the layup.
Now there is the travel that the Purple Eagles have been hunting for all game. They get the call as Armand Harid mimics his shuffle.
Well, a lot of conversations going on between the referees and the Niagara bench. The referees think they're getting a little bit more help than they need.
Nathan Farrell chatting with Greg Paulus. 4 years at Duke, a year at Syracuse. And now in his 5th season with Niagara. And they're going to get Shinnery for the reach-in foul. And that's his second. So a couple of fouls for Shinnery, a couple of fouls for Benson, and a 4-point lead for the BU Bearcats here in the first half on ESPN+.
There's timeout on the floor, media.
The world needs innovators, big thinkers, to build better batteries and expand our knowledge of the human brain. Cutting-edge problem solvers who can code, solve ancient puzzles, and design really cool robots. Leaders in their professions who will use their knowledge and experience to improve life across the globe. That's where Binghamton comes in.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's going to go. So
hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved.
Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Lyle Thompson is now the leader in career points.
Eleanor Purrier with her first title at the mile distance.
Sorrentine from the parking lot. And the Black Bears upset Stanford. Shock and awe. In college basketball, UNBC makes history.
It's been a little stop and go to get us started in the first 8 minutes. BU owns a 4-point lead. They've gotten one go-to scorer, Doug. It's been Tariq Balogun.
Well, they're getting the ball inside to him deep, and he's getting anything he wants down there. Plus, he got to the foul line and made all 4 of those, too. So I'm pretty sure that Binghamton said, look, you're going to get a shot tonight. You're going to get we're going to feature you for the first 15 or so possessions, and they certainly have done that, and he's responded.
So Balogun has 8. Zach, how do the Bearcats get maybe some of the others involved? And to that point, it feels like sometimes these shots haven't really been falling for them either.
Yeah, both teams aren't shooting a real good percentage. You know, Niagara's 4 for 16, and Binghamton's 4 for 10. Maybe a little rusty coming off the exam, so you know that might be part of it. But now, next foul that Binghamton commits puts Niagara in the bonus with 11.5 minutes to go, and they're a pretty good foul shooting team. So
they've been shooting it great lately. Their last 2 games, they've only had 6 free throw misses on 48 attempts. Long range, Bumbalough banged it home. First one from deep for either team, and it belongs to the Newcastle, Indiana native.
That's the first time he got himself a good look, because Torrance is doing a real good job on the defensive end on him.
The Purple Eagles come in one of the top shooting teams, well, the top shooting team in the MAC. Dan Petcash says, anything you can do, I can match. Petcash hits a long range too.
We know that guy can shoot, that's for sure.
Yeah, Niagara shooting 48% from the field, best in the MAC. However, their defense has allowed the best opponent field goal shooting at 49%. So if you're watching a Purple Eagles basketball game, you're going to see a lot of offense from both sides.
Yes, right. Yep. No, that's what Coach Pauls is trying to preach to his guys. Yeah, okay, well, we can score, but you've got to stop the opponent from scoring. You can't just try to outscore everybody every night. Sooner or later, you got to tighten it up on the defensive end.
I thought you talked about that foul that comes with 11:10 left to play in the first half. BU 7. Purple Eagles into the bonus as Dre Bullock shoots free throws.
Well, one way you can win the games on the road is to get to the foul line, because, normally the home team will shoot 8, 10, 12 more foul shots than you, sometimes even more. But if you can get to the foul line on the road, that's a big help.
Yeah, they were 20 of 22 from the charity stripe in their 8-point win versus NJIT on Saturday. It's a busy schedule for Niagara. This will be their second of 3 in 6 days. They'll take on Syracuse in a couple of days. Greg Paulus's other alma mater. Poked away, run down by Gavin Walsh, the freshman from Maryland. 6 to shoot. Here comes Torrance. Muscles in, but can't hit it. Follows his own miss and gets to the free throw line to boot.
Wow, what body control and strength by Samir Torrance. He knew the clock was running down. He knew he had to go with it. Strong move there. And then he just pulled that rebound away. And pretty clever finish.
Torrance might have heard us talking about his hometown, Syracuse. See the experience at the major level, over 100 games between those 2 major conferences. And he has really set the tone for this squad, Doug.
Well, he doesn't say much, but you can tell by the way he plays that he's confident and he's got experience.
Obeng Mensah won't go down. Torrance has the rebound. Walsh couldn't get the finger roll to go, and it belongs to the Purple Eagles.
Well, you saw on that play right there, Torrance knew the entire time that Walsh was trailing him, and he gave it to him in a good spot. A nice little pocket bounce pass, but Walsh just couldn't finish.
BU leads by 3 as we creep to the midpoint for the first half. Tim Hyman, Doug Walsh will check in with Jason Weinstein at halftime. In this non-conference matchup, Bearcats out of America East, Niagara out of the MAC. And there's Henderson. Oh, a smooth-looking triple from Henderson.
Boy, didn't need much time or space to get that off.
Shooting 33% from deep this season. The team's leading scorer, 14 points per game, and the Bearcats turn it over.
Niagara substitution, number 4, Braxton Bayless.
I'm not on the same page there a little bit. Walsh thought Kareem was going a little deeper into the corner.
Second straight meeting that the Purple Eagles have been together. Last year, a 6-point win for Niagara. And a 16-16 game. There's Greg Paulus. A couple days, he'll be back in his hometown when the Purple Eagles take on the Orange.
Well, second of 5 in a row on the road, but all in the state of New York, right?
Yeah, they just rattle off one New York opponent after another after this.
Well, they mix in a couple of conference games, too. They already had 2, and then a couple more in that 5-game stretch.
Niagara foul charge to number 4.
Foul on Bayless to send Balogun back to the free throw line.
Again, though, Torrance, Tim, you see Torrance draws the help, draws the defenders, and then gets it to Balogun in a good spot.
Now Balogun's been the source of the Bearcat offense to this point. And keeps it rolling from the free throw line.
Yeah, see the referees, Nate Farrell stepping in there, and we're going to talk. They've had enough, I think. They've had more than their fill in the first 10 and a half minutes of this game, and they're not going to tolerate anymore.
Laying down the law is Nathan Farrell. How about Balogun start? 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Already into double figures in an 18-18 game here from the Event Center in Vestal.
He seems a little bit more confident at that foul line than he did in the past.
Yeah, you see the first couple to go down, that's got to build your confidence.
Absolutely, absolutely. Once you see a couple go down, you start to feel better about yourself out there.
Bumbalo got to see one go down, but could not follow. Torrance behind the back, zips, and it's laid down by Hareed.
Again, Torrance draws the defenders, knows exactly where his teammates are. Gets it to them in a good spot.
Torrance fresh off of an 11-assist game against Lemoyne. Tough one, a little too much on it from Obi Ohas. He looked for Braxton Bayless.
Obi Ohas is a decent passer from on top, but he does turn the ball over an awful lot for a big fella. They haven't posted it about as much as I thought they would thus far.
Yeah, Jason Weinstein noted how much he had been spending outside the arc on offense. See if that might change and evolve for Niagara. Bearcats back on top by 2.
Obio is on the bench now. Niagara's really, really small right now.
That catch drove it in, and Balogun regrets it. Might have been going down anyway, but Balogun trying to help it. Yeah, he'd love to have that touchback.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was going to fall anyway. He needed to let that go. Walker knew it was going to fall. He backed off.
So no bucket for the Bearcats. It stays a 2-point game, and it remains that way. Bumbalo could not go.
Boy, good recovery by Petcash. He saw him out of the corner of his eye.
Here's Hareed against 3 Purple Eagles. They'll swing it to Torrance. Offensive putback from Hareed.
Well, you know, Torrance knew that he was in a pickle there. He just threw it up because he knew Hareed had the offensive position for the rebound. He just threw it up off the board there.
So 6 unanswered for the Bearcats. Do the Purple Eagles have a rebuttal? Inside Bullock. No, he got his own rebound. Petcash finally pulls it down. Balogun waits, and lays it in.
You know, Balogun is also running the floor pretty well, Tim, and that's getting him better opportunities.
Now there's that transition, a defensive stop, a quick outlet, and a quick bucket at the other end.
And when your bigs can run the floor like that, like Balogun did just then, Torrance is going to find you.
Torrance got a piece. Bumbalo runs it down. And he'll reset as Niagara's offense looks to find their groove again. Now it's Obeng-Mensah, and he throws it down. What a route to the rim for the Ontario native.
Boy, good patience by those two guys, Bumbalo and Obeng-Mensah. Clock was running down. They forced Binghamton into a switch.
get Balogun for the offensive foul. He was thinking perhaps it was at the other end, but not meant to be. Purple Eagles ball. They trail by 4 when we come back on ESPN+.
Player control foul charged to number 1, Tariq Balogun. That's his first.
BK also backed by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. With the new Schwimmin' Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day. At BK, have it your way.
Time is running out for limited time savings on the Hyundai you've always wanted. Because when the holidays end, so do these deals. Plus, the season's best savings also come with America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Hurry in. Don't let these deals get away. Now lease the Hyundai Palisade for $379 a month or get up to $1,000 bonus cash. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Hey neighbor, it's us, Middlefield Bank, your friendly community bank right around the corner. Your everything bank. We're here to wish you a happy holiday season and our best wishes for a safe and healthy new year. And however you do your holiday shopping, protect yourself from fraud and identity theft with MB Secure Rewards checking account. It's another way MB looks out for our neighbors. That's part of the community bank difference at Middlefield Bank. Stop in today or learn more at middlefieldbank.bank.
People who come to Cricket stay with Cricket.
When I'm up here, I'm always going live. I'm always streaming to promote myself, and Cricket helps me do all that with reliable service.
Are we live? Please tell me you're getting this. Smile, you're on Cricket.
The NHL on ESPN+. Knowing where the season's biggest events can be seen means knowing you'll never miss one. Knowing where you live doesn't control what you watch means always seeing your team in action. Knowing you have access to 50 exclusive NHL games means knowing your plans for the next 6 months. To know hockey is to love hockey, and to love hockey is to have ESPN+.
The Purple Eagles currently trailed by 4. They are led by 5th-year head coach Greg Paulus. And man, this guy packed a lot into 5 years of college. 4 years at Duke. He scored almost 1,200 points. He's among their best assist guys ever. Played for Coach K, and it says, you know what, that was all great and everything. I'm going to go home, and then I'm going to go play football. He was the quarterback at Syracuse and set the single-season passing or completion percentage record.
I'd have to say that he's a pretty good athlete, wouldn't you? Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
He was an outstanding high school player at Christian Brothers Academy in the Syracuse area. Gatorade Player of the Year, chose to play basketball. Imagine having that choice. You want to play D1 football, you want to play D1 basketball.
Yeah.
And now looking to translate that, and I'm sure a lot of lessons learned from Coach K. And it's time with the Purple Eagles.
He went down to Carolina for the weather. Get away from some of that snow up there at Syracuse.
He says he's looking forward to that game coming up against the Orange. There will be a lot of purple in the stands in a couple of nights at the Dome. There's Braxton Bayless, and it pinballs home. So Bayless has his first bucket. Good touch recently for Bayless. 11 of 17 from the floor his last 2 games. And he's got Niagara within 2.
So the guards are doing a good job getting deep into the lane and then putting it high off the glass over the bigs of Binghamton.
And good second effort for the Purple Eagles. Vinny will keep it with the possession out. Niagara's bench fired up about the second effort to make life difficult for Balogun. Niagara's shooting at the moment under 35%. This is a team that shoots almost 50% from the floor. What has the Bearcats defense done to make it difficult for them?
Well, they're chasing them off the three-point line, and they're not getting any post presence, so you're not getting any easy ones down low for Niagara. And then the bigs are coming over to help and changing a lot of shots at the rim for Niagara on the smaller guards.
Torrance takes a step-back approach and calmly knocks it down.
Now he's got so many tools in his arsenal.
That bumps BU shooting to 50%, 10 of 20 to start the game. Shake from Bayless, kick to the corner, and finds Obeng-Mensah. Big man handling the ball, backing in against Petcash. Dishes, and Obioha throws it down.
Well, you got to credit Obeng-Mensah for that. He jockeyed, pushed Petcash down deep, then the help came and did a good job finding Obioha.
Man, how about that combination? 6'7" Obeng-Mensah, and then the 7-footer Obioha to cap it.
And that last possession, they both got to within 2 or 3 feet of the basket. It's going to be tough to stop them there.
Lavelle Sanders says Obioha is at his best when teams let him get comfortable. BU's goal is to make him uncomfortable. To this point, 2 points for Obioha.
Well, he's a little bit uncomfortable because he hasn't been in the post that much. Now he's there now, but he's been playing, as Jason told us, that he's playing away from the basket more than he normally does today.
For Balogun, rolls it home. Home bounce for Tariq Balogun, who's strong first half. Continues. He's got 14 points.
When things are going your way, you get rolls and bounces like that. That's 2 of them he's got a friendly rim on.
Bayless drives. Shinnery might have gotten a piece, but it goes down anyway.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with these Niagara guards with the size advantage that Binghamton has. They're doing a real good job finishing at the rim.
And showing no fear in driving either.
Yeah, taking it right at them.
After the defensive stop, Purple Eagles a chance to even this game, or how about take the lead? Bayless from the corner, a 3.
Well, in your conversation with Coach Paulus, too, they share the ball well, and you see them doing that now. A little zone here now by Niagara.
You can feel that energy coming from the Purple Eagles bench as they recapture the lead. 4th lead change of the game. Screen from Balogun. Gets it right back from Torrance and finishes with the left hand.
Well, Niagara showed zone, and then after the first pass, they went into a man-to-man, so they're trying to confuse Binghamton.
Balogun, 16 points. He's already matched his season best. And he has his Bearcats back on top by 1. A little bit too much dragging in the plant foot for Quan Marple Jr. And we'll step aside. Back and forth we go. A 1-point edge for the BU Bearcats. Braxton Bayless, though, doing his best to put the Purple Eagles right in the hunt.
I had a snowboarding injury last year in which I tore my MCL. So I wasn't able to run, even go up the stairs, like do basic tasks. UHS physical therapy was really easy to get in. It was really easy for me to work with my work and school schedule at the time. I felt my care was excellent, and they really took their time in making sure that I was okay and ready to get back to my normal activities. Like, I actually had fun coming to physical therapy 2 times a week. After a few weeks, I was able to get back to my daily life.
The world needs caring, conscientious team players. Professionals who serve the health needs of all. From developing a drug that could improve the lives of millions to treating one bad case of the flu. Leaders in their professions who will use their knowledge and experience to improve life across the globe. That's where Binghamton comes in.
Toyota trucks. Let's go places.
With luxury all in one place, Galt Autosport BMW believes we only get one chance to make a good first impression. And to learn more about BMW's latest promotions for new, used, certified pre-owned, and the forever popular college and military programs, Visit us at galtbmw.com or call 607-748-9875.
This is Mike from Galt Autosport BMW, and we have an ultimate driving machine for everyone.
Purple Eagles flexing their muscle. First it was Harlan Obioha from close range, and then Doug from long range. It was Braxton Bayless that delivered.
Well, you know, neither team likes to shoot a lot of threes. They don't rely on the threes, but Niagara's made 3 of 7, decent percentage there, and Binghamton hasn't made one yet. So that's kind of what's keeping Niagara close, the 3 threes.
It's funny, Doug. The Purple Eagles are selective yet effective with 3-pointers. They're about 4th fewest in made 3-pointers per game in their conference. Yet they've got the 2nd best 3-point percentage. When they take them, they tend to hit them.
Well, they take good shots. That's what that means. And usually they make the extra pass and you get a wide open look, an easier attempt.
Binghamton owns a 1-point lead. Final 3 minutes of the first half. Armand Hareed won't go down. Tough night for everybody not named Tariq Balogun for the BU Bearcat offense. Henderson drives and bangs it home. He puts Niagara back on top.
You know, I hate to beat a dead horse, but the guards for Niagara are throwing that ball high off the glass, a perfect spot for them to fall in.
Walker had the rebound but missed the 2nd attempt, and it's taken free by Bayless. Henderson fakes the drive. Surrounded by Bearcats. Bayless from the other corner. Petcash has the rebound. Rebounds even, 18 aside. Niagara not known for their rebounding this season. Actually, they came in dead last in the nation, averaging just 28 rebounds per game. Hareed, a line drive, miss, and he sends it back and gets to the free throw line.
Now, getting back to your point about the rebounding, the reason why they're pretty good is because they have 2 really solid offensive rebounders in Obioha and Obeng Mensah. That's been their strength. Yeah, you can, usually the team that rebounds the ball is probably going to win the game. So they only have 2 wins, but those 2 wins, they get a good offensive rebounding by those 2 fellas, and then they get another possession and they get a good shot and then they finish.
It's funny, Doug, too, that rebound number for Niagara might not tell the full story, because on average in their games, they're shooting 50%. Their opponents are shooting 50%. So there's far fewer rebounds to go around, period.
That's a good point. Yes, sir. There's a lot less rebounds in a Niagara game than there is in any other game.
Walker, no. And he gets tripped up by a couple of Purple Eagles. Here comes Henderson. 5'9", 155. Niagara's leading scorer on the same roster as the 7', 280 forward. Henderson, no. Grabbed by Walker. You'd have to be hard-pressed to find 2 further extremes on any D1 roster this season. Corralled by Obeng Mensah. From the wing. 2 deep. That time taken by Dre Bullock. Final minute, first half. BU leads by 2. And Lavelle Sanders wants a timeout.
Yeah, that's the using the boozer timeout for Coach. Now, you want to go 2 for 1 if you're Coach Sanders. Torrance was pushing the ball up the floor. He wanted to try to get Petcash a look there, but Petcash wasn't looking at Torrance. So Coach Sanders said, well, let's talk things over here.
Doug, it feels like we haven't seen the Bearcats play to the style we're accustomed to seeing them play at, with running more in transition offense. What have the Purple Eagles done defensively to maybe upset that tempo for BU?
They've finished pretty well at the basket, so it's harder to run when you're taking the ball out of the basket. But they're doing a real good job hustling back on the defensive end as well. And they're quick. Those guys are all pretty quick. They're keeping Torrance, for the most part, they're keeping Torrance out of the lane as well. So they're doing what they have to do thus far.
Here's Walsh driving. Hareed follows. Another offensive rebound for Hareed.
Well, that was another one like Torrance before. Walsh knew that Hareed had position. He just threw it up there. Knew he probably wasn't going to make it, but he knew Hareed was in good position for the rebound.
And now the Purple Eagles want a timeout to talk about it. As Niagara huddles up, a look at Luke Bumble. By the way, speaking of guys that played football and basketball, a la Greg Paul, Luke Bumble is the same type of guy. He had D1 offers for football and basketball. In fact, he went to Ball State on a scholarship for both football and basketball, and eventually picked basketball as his sport.
Well, you know, back in the olden days, you used to play 2 or 3 sports. Nowadays, you just can't do that. You know, I guess Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson, they played a couple different sports when they got to the professional level. But, you know, basketball helps you in football and baseball. Baseball helps you in football and basketball. I don't understand why coaches want you to be committed to one sport nowadays, I guess. But I don't know. I guess that's why.
Doug, not everyone can be a Deion Sanders. Okay?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You must have been a football player and a hoops player, right?
I was hoops and baseball. I didn't do football.
No football.
I was claustrophobic. I couldn't take the helmet and the mouthpiece. I couldn't do it.
Well, if you need me to show you a few tips on the gridiron, you just reach out.
Okay, all right. Yeah, well, you were a football guy, were you?
Not even flag football, Doug.
Yeah.
Rebound pulled down by Hareed. And you can save it for the final shot. They've got a 4-point lead. In this non-conference tilt against the Purple Eagles, as Symir Torrance points out the Bearcat offense. Torrance drives. Purple Eagles a chance. The heave. No good. To 11 second chance points. You just saw Jason Weinstein. I'm Tim Hyman, the man to my left, Doug Walsh. Our producer is Jeremy Donovan. We're glad to have you along for the ride. Tuesday evening basketball in the Southern Tier, and looks like Harlan Obioha just drew the second foul out of Tariq Balogun. So 10 seconds in, BU picks up their first foul of the half. As they lead by 4 as they look for a 3rd straight win.
Balogun thought it might have been a flop. Josh Anderson said no, that's a foul.
And now, Doug, they'll highlight Obioha in the post and kick out to Bumbelow. Driving, waits, and then Balogun just picked up his 3rd foul, and it sends Bumbelow to the free throw line. What a productive trip down the floor for the Purple Eagles to start the half.
You see it went down low inside to Obioha, and then he kicked it back out. Balogun did a good job shutting down the Obioha in the post, and then he kicked it back out to Bumbelow, and Bumbelow did a nice job initiating the contact, drawing the call, and then finishing.
Doug, take me into this from a coaching perspective. The motivation for Niagara in the first half to mostly use Obioha on the perimeter. What was the push to do that, and why do you think they've shifted now to getting him in the paint?
Well, 2 things. I think they wanted to get the rest of the guys involved because, you know, you figured Binghamton was going to key on him after the game he had against NJIT the other day. So, 1, to get the other guys involved, and B, he's kind of a good passer as well. So they try to set up his teammates and draw Binghamton's bigs away from the basket on the defensive end.
BU just hit their first 3-pointer. They had missed all 3 attempts in the first half. They've got a 4-point lead against the Purple Eagles, who have won back-to-back games. Obioha versus Balogun has to play clean defense, does, but a touch Benson last. Like, you surprised Balogun remains on the floor with 3 fouls?
Well, they're going to play by committee. He's doing such a good job on the offensive end. I think Coach Sanders is going to let him stay a little bit. I think he may go 1 or 2 more possessions and then put him on the bench for a little bit. You know, he's savvy enough and experienced enough to know enough not to pick up another one.
Shenry rejects Henderson, and Benson finishes at the other end with the foul to boot.
Well, just like Coach Sanders said with Shinnery on the bench that he makes it quite an impression on this possession. Blocks it, gets them out in transition, and that's what Coach Sanders was talking to Jason about. Getting some easy ones off their defense.
So defense fueling the offense, and BU has their largest lead. And it puts Benson on the free throw line. 3-point play completed. Benson into double figures.
You see the two guys making an impact already in the second half, or sat most of the first half, in Benson and Shinnery.
Another one from Shinnery, again blocking Henderson. And then Torrance has the capper. Greg Paulus wants a timeout. Taimu Shinnery had 4 blocks in his monster game versus Lemoyne a week and a half ago. He's got back-to-back blocks to spearhead the Bearcat attack here in the second.
You know, in both of them, he came from help and swatted it off the backboard and got Binghamton out into transition. Just what Coach Sanders wanted from his defense. Playing good defense and running.
A 9-point Bearcat lead here on ESPN+.
Lyle Thompson is now the leader in career points.
Eleanor Purrier with her first title at the mile distance.
Sorrentine from the parking lot. And the Black Bears upset Stanford. Shock and awe. In college basketball, UNBC makes history.
The world needs savvy, enterprising individuals, forward-thinking leaders who can network, strategize, and lead organizations to success. From massive Wall Street firms to small nonprofits with big ideas. Leaders in their professions who will use their knowledge and experience to improve life across the globe. That's where Binghamton comes in.
With luxury all in one place, Galt Autosport BMW believes we only get one chance to make a good first impression. And to learn more about BMW's latest promotions for new, used, certified pre-owned, and the forever popular college and military programs, visit us at galtbmw.com or call 607-748-9875.
This is Mike from Galt Autosport BMW, and we have an ultimate driving machine for everyone.
After a frustrating first half, Taimu Shinnery has made up for lost time, Doug.
Now, 2 blocks from help defense and gets Binghamton out in transition. You get an easy one there, and they had an easy one. Benson with the 3-point play the time before that, so defense can spark your team. Shinnery's certainly showing that.
You can see where BU stacks up when it comes to the blocks, with Shinnery leading the charge. Add 2 to that total tonight. Purple Eagles now staring down a 9-point deficit from the wing. Randy Tucker buries a 3.
Coach Paulus was reading his team to Ryan Ack there and got them back on the floor. They were waiting for about 30 seconds for the Binghamton to come out of their huddle. He said he made his point real quick and get back out there, boys.
Yeah, it's rare to see players milling about on the floor after a timeout, but the Purple Eagles were just eager to get the game back going again. Torrance, a step back 3. Won't roll home, and Obioha's got the rebound. He's good for about 8 of those per game. He's just got 3 tonight. Purple Eagles within 6. Entering at a 3-6 record. They've already played 2 conference games, falling in both of them to start MAC play. Now it's Bumbalow drawing up defense, and Henderson hits from long range.
Right out of the timeout. Now they got two pretty good looks. That was deep, but two good looks and 2 threes. Got him right back in it.
So the 19-year-old from Chicago pulls Niagara back within 3. Balogun playing with 3 fouls, sized up by Obioha. Still working. Turn, shoot, and he hits.
Well, he wasn't going to give it up. He knew he had his man on his hip.
18 for Balogun, and matches a career best that he sent back in January. Bumbalow, a 4-year player at Ball State. Fires offline this time. No second chance for the Purple Eagles. Right back to Balogun, the hot hands. Shittery's got a gift offensive rebound, then he's fouled by Henderson.
Well, you got to credit Benson for keeping that one alive. He beat his man off the glass and kept it alive, and it popped into Shittery's hands.
Those are the ones that must drive you crazy if you're the Purple Eagles coaching staff. You've preached limit the offensive rebounds, and the Bearcats now have another look.
Well, Coach Paulus was livid with that Benson getting in there.
More second chance points for BU from Armand Harid.
Good set play out of bounds underneath. They got Harid the ball down low.
Kevin Devitt just lifted the associate head coach on the Niagara bench. Here comes Henderson, who's playing with 3 fouls. Bumbalow a 3. It's good. Bumbalow from the other side of the floor.
Boy, Henderson got it in deep and made a pretty dangerous pass, but it ended up in Bungalow's hands.
BU's lead sits at 4. We'll step aside on ESPN+.
That's his first, the team's third. There's timeout on the floor. Media timeout.
BK also backed by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. With the new Schwimmin' Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day. At BK, have it your way.
Of course, the GMC Terrain offers all-wheel drive mode. What about Supernova mode or Weekend Warrior mode? You don't see that everyday mode. How about out of the office mode? Or even...
Are you out of your mind?
Mode. Want a mode for everything? GMC Terrain. Just in time for the holidays, get 1.9% APR on 2024 Terrain models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days.
Coach, Jake from State Farm.
Well, Patrick, it's official.
You saved with home and auto insurance. You're the league's most valuable bundler.
MVB? Me?
He's surprised.
Man, I just did not see this coming. This is truly unexpected.
I'm gonna start locking this place up. Hey, you done?
Bundling. Just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
People who come to Cricket, stay with Cricket.
When I'm up here, I'm always going live. I'm always streaming to promote myself, and Cricket helps me do all that with reliable service.
Are we live? Please tell me you're getting this. Smile, you're on Cricket.
So you think you're ready for the NFL playoffs?
You ready, Joe? I was born ready.
Flyovers? Check. Extravagant entrances? Check. Dynamic duos?
Check.
Nightmare matchups? Check. Team of destiny? Check. All the heart-pumping, stadium-jumping action of your playoff dreams? Check, please.
BU 4-point leaders over the visiting Niagara Purple Eagles. And Doug, we talked about the post play being a big part of this one, and it's lived up to the hype.
Well, Niagara's gotten the ball into the post a couple times in the second half, and they were successful kicking it back out. And then the disciplined defense that Binghamton played in the first half, they kind of got away from it in the second half, and they chased down low, allowing them to kick it out, and they got 3 really good solid looks, Niagara did, and made 3 threes to climb back in it.
all coming from 3 different shooters for the Purple Eagles. Back underway, 4:20 gone by second half. A couple of winning streaks on the line. Each team has won their last 2. BU winners of 6 of their last 8 and unbeaten on their home floor. Harid, long range 2, too deep. Torrance. Petcash steps into a 3 and hits it.
Boy, you can't say enough about Samir Torrance, though. Niagara had it in their hands, and he took it right off them, that rebound, and then, as he always does, he finds the open man.
That's now 9 offensive rebounds for the Bearcats. They average just 10 per game this season. Henderson, good. Another one from deep for the Purple Eagles.
Well, you can see why they like him. Only a freshman. He's got range.
And an offensive foul on BU. So the Purple Eagles' last 4 buckets have come from deep. And again, you mentioned that they're not a team whose bread and butter comes from behind the arc, but here they are knocking down 4 in a row from deep.
Well, you know what they're good at? They're taking what the defense gives them. Defense takes away the post, and they're driving it. If they take away the drive, they're kicking it back out. So they're doing a real good job sharing it like Coach Paulus wants them to do, and finding the open man.
Brutai Searay up top with Henderson. Here comes the freshman, and he kisses it off the glass.
Boy, he's so quick, too, off the dribble. Now you got to go chase him because he's made a 3 or 2, and he's got range. And then he's really, really quick, beating Binghamton off the dribble.
Greg Paulus has been so impressed with his maturity. 19 years old, playing against sometimes guys that are 25 years old. Armand Harid, though, puts 2 home and draws contact.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what. He threw this up almost with his back to the basket with 2 hands. A little twist with the right hand, yeah. Good athletic ability there by Armand Harid.
Harid's offense has really kicked up recently. 28 points combined in his last 2 games as he continues to get healthier, according to his coaching staff, dealing with some lower body stuff.
Yeah, he's nursing that ankle, and sometimes you get it back almost to 100%, and then you tweak it a little bit, and you have to kind of start all over again, but he's gradually getting better.
Anderson again goes back to work and draws contact out of Shinnery. That will be Taimu Shinnery's 3rd foul. One of the key pieces of this Bearcat defense.
Well, with Harid nursing an ankle, Shinnery's probably the next best defender. He's got some length. They're putting him on Henderson. But Henderson, you got to respect the 3-point shot, as we said before. So you got to chase him out a little higher. And he's so quick off the dribble, taking Shinnery to the basket.
Henderson made his presence felt pretty early. Look at that, his 2nd collegiate game. True freshman out of Brother Rice High School in the Chicago area. Scored 28 points versus Bucknell.
It's a good way to start your home career off.
Hello, how are you? My name's Ahmad Henderson II.
And he had a pretty decent game on the road, the first game at Notre Dame.
He's pulled his Purple Eagles with his 3. A kick ball by Bayless. Doug, Lavelle Sanders in the halftime chat with Jason Weinstein talked about the tempo. How do you get tempo?
Well, you have to try to get more, better rebounding from they got a couple offensive rebounds already, and they're also making baskets, Niagara. So you gotta force them into misses. Now the referees are having a little bit of. They want to keep only one guy on that bench is allowed to be standing, and they've had enough of the entire Niagara bench.
Kevin Devitt has been very active, the associate head coach for the Purple Eagles.
I'm glad you said it. I didn't want to mention his name, but that's who they were talking about.
How about Dan Petcash, and it's swatted away. Brutai Searay got in there and showed off the reach. It's 24.
Good drive, but real solid help there. Henderson forced him into a spin, which allowed Rutai Sirai to come over and help.
Benson grabs it, spins out. Bayless on the move against Shinnery, playing with 3 fouls, and he rolled it home. Good play by Bayless.
Boy, 1 on 3. He wasn't going to be denied.
Pat Cash and answer. No. Put back Benson. He's hacked by Bullock. That's 11 offensive rebounds for the Bearcats, though.
Now they're doing a real good job on the offensive glass, and it's also getting them right here at the foul line. And they're shooting a good percentage tonight from the foul line, but making a living there.
Tonight, Mark Benson's 5th consecutive game starting. Dan Petcash's injury a couple of weeks ago opened the door for Benson. And as Petcash continues to creep closer towards 100%, Lavelle has kept Benson in the starting lineup.
Yeah, he does a lot of good things. He shoots a real good percentage. He defends. He can defend post players, and he can also defend on the perimeter. Smart player, gets to the offensive glass. Does a lot of good things. So, you know, if you're Coach Sanders, you need him on the floor.
He's one of 3 Bearcats tonight in double figures. That free throw gives him a dozen points, joining Balogun, who's got 18, and Hareed with 13. Niagara with 2 in double figures, 16 for Henderson and 11 for Bumbalo. Ovioha sized up by Tariq Balogun. Henderson, a hot hand this half. Cutting through traffic, dishes. Ovioha missed. Blocked away by Hareed.
Ovioha was too close to the basket. The rim blocked the first shot.
Samir Torrens with the layup to give the Bearcats a 5-point lead.
Now he gave a motion to his teammates that he can't check me. He's too small to check me.
Samir Torrens was offering good sportsmanship. Henderson opted to allow his teammates to pick him up.
The team's 5th. 5 of the Bearcats.
Well, and Binghamton's had the answer, though, Tim. Every time Niagara's closed the gap, they get a little bit of a spurt, and they get it out to 4, 5, 6. Niagara just can't seem to get over the hump.
Yeah, the Purple Eagles have not scored 3 unanswered buckets in a row in this game. No really sizable runs to speak of for Niagara. Bayless got it over Balogun, but missed, and Benson's got the loose ball. That rebound margin started to expand, Doug. It's now a +6 in the Bearcats' favor.
Now you see 4 white shirts around that glass, 2 for that rebound.
Now they're going to put the foul on
Niagara foul charge.
Ovioha. That sends us to break. 5-point Bearcat lead. We'll come back with more hoops here in Vestal on ESPN+.
Media timeout.
BK also backed by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. With the new Schwimmin' Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day. At BK, have it your way.
Of course, the GMC Terrain offers all-wheel drive mode. What about Supernova mode or Weekend Warrior mode? You don't see that everyday mode. How about out of the office mode or even
Are you out of your mind?
Mode? Want a mode for everything? GMC Terrain. Just in time for the holidays, get 1.9% APR on 2024 Terrain models. Plus, no monthly payments for 90 days.
Patrick, Jake from State Farm, explain this bundling thing again.
All right, Coach Reed. Let's say these fries are your car, right? And
And this burger is your home.
Okay.
it can be more affordable if you bundle them together.
Kind of like a combo meal.
Kind of like a combo meal.
Explain it again with those nuggies.
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I will not break a sweat when I take the stairs.
I will not break a sweat when I take the stairs.
I will dunk on the hoop over my garage.
I will dunk on the hoop over my garage.
I will insist it's regulation height, even though it's definitely not.
I will insist it's regulation height, even though it's definitely not.
Excellent.
Walmart's amazing holiday deals are happening now. Save big on must-have fashion, top tech, and so much more. Walmart has deals for every gift on their list. Ready, set, gift.
Our generation isn't turning away from the world's problems. Watch us fly ahead, rise to every challenge, and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Shout out to our friends from Binghamton University Dining.
The freshman from Brother Rice, Ahmad Henderson II, has taken center stage. Doug, he scored 16 points and pulled Niagara within 5.
Well, he's doing it in a number of different ways, too. You saw the drive there, high off the glass. He's so small. He's got to challenge those bigs. He throws it high off the glass, and he kisses it soft. And then he's got range on the 3.
Greg Paulus said he visited campus and committed while on campus. Really was on board with what Greg Paulus was trying to get him to commit to. And he has been a key piece from day one for the Purple Eagles.
He's done a pretty good job in this second half, keeping Niagara in the ball game.
Tim Hyman, Doug Walsh, Jason Weinstein, our ESPN Plus crew in Vestal, where BU leads by 5, aiming for a 3rd straight win. And their senior, rather grad student, Dan Petcash, has his first bucket of this half.
He seems to be feeling a little bit more comfortable. More minutes, the more time he gets.
Obeng Mensa, the former UMBC retriever, 2 years down at Catonsville. Henderson hits another one. Trying to sell the contact, but he'll settle for 3 and get it to a 4-point game.
And he didn't need time. That was a quick release, too. That was a catch and shoot real quick over Torrance. Torrance in disbelief.
Hareed never got picked up, and then Obeng Mensa smacked it away.
Yeah, a little too long to find Hareed there.
And then Hareed returns the favor, but gets way too much body. Now that sends Obeng Mensa to the free throw line. That's number 2 on Hareed.
You see, it took a little bit too long for them to find Hareed, and Obeng Mensa was a little. He could sneak in behind Hareed, who didn't see him. Good block there, and then down the other end, they reward him, get him a good look close, and Hareed has to foul him. So.
Obeng Mensa was more of a soccer player in his youth. He admitted he wasn't that big until 8th grade. He had a growth spurt, shot up above 6 feet, took to basketball, and led him to UMBC. Now over to Western New York to play for Niagara. He was a regular for UMBC. He made 31 starts for them last season. So it wasn't for a lack of playing time for Obeng Mensa. And now seeing a big role, quite literally, with Niagara. He's got them within 3. Torrance. Petcash sized up by Henderson, and Torrance walked.
Now the defense is picked up for Niagara too, and after making all these threes, getting a little excited. Henderson's got his team in a better frame of mind.
They are 5 of 6 from deep, and they have taken the crowd out of it. Tuesday night, a little different vibe in the building this time compared to what was a near sellout a week and a half ago when BU beat Lemoyne in front of a raucous crowd. A heat check, Henderson. No, won't go down. Oleg tried to follow, but just could not hold on to it.
Well, that was halfway down, too. That must have looked pretty good the whole way for Henderson.
Well, you can start to see it in his eyes, and there's a pep behind Henderson. He's got the feel. Balogun battling, and it goes down. It's a new career best for Tariq Balogun, cracking 20 points for the first time collegiately.
Well, he gets that ball on the left post, and he comes to his right hand in the lane. That little jump hook is working pretty well tonight.
B.U. trying to stiff arm this Niagara comeback. Bumbalo weaving. Henderson lost it. Craig Paulus wants his team to reset. Torrance stays with the screen. Rutaisire knocked it down. Another one from deep.
Well, they're getting hot from beyond the arc, and good two-man game there. You drew the mismatch. Bumbalo pulled the defense away, and Rutaisire got an easy look.
Balogun fouled on his way to the rim. Looks like that one goes on Rutaisire.
That's his second. Team 7.
Balogun remains down. He's played 24 minutes. He has shouldered so much of the load.
Let's see. Having his way in the post, pretty much doing whatever he wants. And he wasn't about to give it up.
And Doug, these have not been, by any stretch, easy minutes for Balogun. It's been a grind every trip down the floor.
They're bumping him and grinding him. They're sending different guys at him. They're banging him. And he's had to work on the offensive end.
He didn't play versus Stonehill. We did not see him at all versus Lemoyne. So he's playing in his first game since November 29th. So it's been 3 weeks since he's been able to get on the floor. And welcome back to the floor and creeping towards the season best in minutes played.
Yeah, and they're featuring him too all night long. So, you know, it's a little different when you play in practice and then you play in the game. There's a different energy that's released and used in game-like situations. So, they're going to give him a little bit of rest. That may be part of the problem there, getting banged up a little bit. Maybe he could use a couple minutes on the bench right now.
Balogun gets a nice round of applause. Now 7 for 8 from the free throw line to stretch this back to a 3-point Bearcat lead. Purple Eagles playing their second game in 4 days, with another one to follow 2 nights from now versus Syracuse.
Well, if you're Niagara, you need to get more people than just Henderson involved in the offensive end.
Shinnery with the clean block in the eyes of the officials. B.U. turns it over. Henderson couldn't get the connection. Henderson was in the right place after being slow to return to the play, but could not get the clean pass.
Now, unfortunate for Niagara there because they had an easy one. They just overthrew him.
There's Tariq Balogun, who's been on a hot streak recently, cracking 10 points or more in the last 3 games. Shinnery hands it off for Torrance. No angle there. Good defense from Rutaisire. Now Shinnery's turn. Bumbalo might have gotten a piece. Henderson runs it down.
Boy, really good defensive stop that time by Niagara.
Bumbalo, his foot was on the line. They'll call it a 3.
Well, that's good basketball because, as you said, Bumbalo did get a piece of that. He made the play down the defensive end, and then they found him on the offensive end.
So Bumbalo knocks it down, and the B.U. Bearcats want a timeout. 8:08 left to play in regulation. We got a clean slate here in Vestal.
Bearcats go for a 30-second timeout. This will extend to our 8-minute.
Lyle Thompson is now the leader in career points.
Eleanor Purrier with her first title at the mile distance.
Sorrentine from the parking lot. And the Black Bears upset Stanford. Shock and awe. In college basketball, UMBC makes history.
Jersey Mike slices your sub right in front of you, see? The slicer, the meat and cheese. It has a rhythm.
This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh, yeah. The rhythm of the slice. This is the rhythm of the slice. The slice. Oh, yeah.
Order for Danny? Sliced right in front of you. It's the Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
This
is a place where bright minds meet, where innovative education and groundbreaking research thrive. A world-class institution with renowned faculty and endless opportunity. This is Binghamton University, the premier public university in the Northeast.
Luke Bumbleow's foot was behind the line upon further review. And that three-pointer, Doug, is the 7th one that the Purple Eagles have buried this second half. They've tied this game 61-all.
That's certainly brought them back in. They were 3 for 11 in the first half, and as you said, now they're 7 of their last 10. And that's the thing about the three-point shot. Niagara's not a three-point shooting team, but a three-point shooting hot streak can get you right back in or even over the hump.
They've knocked down 10, which is already a season best for them as a team. And they have not just looked to one three-point shooter. They've had now 5 different players hit a three-pointer for them tonight.
Well, you'd see, too, like, only one of them was forced, I think, the one by Henderson there, the last one, but they're all coming in the framework of the offense and what they're trying to do in the offensive end. So they're not forcing it, they're not taking bad ones, they've all been good ones.
Torrance drives, misses, and it's run down by Henderson. Niagara a chance to grab their first lead of this half. And it's Bumbelow. Here's have the touch from deep. Sized up by Torrance. Inside of 8 minutes in regulation. Tucker stopped his dribble. Henderson draws 2. 6 to shoot. A long way to go for Bumbelow. Tough leaner. Good! Luke Bumbelow got it, and the Purple Eagles have the lead.
Well, you couldn't ask for a better possession by Niagara. Really good defense by Binghamton, but the clock was winding down. Bungalow knew it, and he knocks it down at the end of the clock.
Hareed and answered. Does not go down. So 16 points for Luke Bumbelow. That's a new season best. And the Purple Eagles bench finding that energy to get a 2-point lead. Henderson. Oh, it's all going down for the Purple Eagles now.
Well, they are shooting quite a better percentage in this second half than they did in the first half.
Chance of defense from the Purple Eagles bench. Torrance threads it to Hareed. Swarmed by Purple Eagles. And the jump ball will favor the Bearcats.
Now, Coach Sanders said Balogun's our best scorer tonight, so we better get him back on the floor.
It's a 12-3 run for Niagara. Make it a 14-3 run for Niagara. Hareed looks to end it, and does.
Now that's become a staple of their inbounds plays, a little lob into the post players for Binghamton.
65-63 Niagara, as they aim to kick off a long stretch of road games on a winning note. The switch, now Balogun on Henderson. He'll fire away. Torrance grabs the rebound.
Well, with that switch, Balogun had him out further than he wanted to be.
Torrance fouled by Rutai Seabridge. And they'll shoot a couple.
You see what Niagara's doing, Tim, is they're putting Henderson into the switch. They're making Binghamton make a decision. Either you switch or you stay straight. And if you stay straight, he's going to drive it. If you switch it, he's going to step back and shoot it.
Torrance gets the friendly bounce for the back iron. A 65% free throw shooter this season, makes his second trip. And here's Torrance again on the doorstep of a potential triple-double. 8 rebounds, 7 assists. And close to double figures in scoring. Not meant to be on that one. A 1-point game.
Now, when you do those 3 things, too, on a regular basis, it's tough to keep him off the floor as well, Torrance. He can rebound it, he can dish it, and if he needs them to score, they'll score.
You can see this tight defense against Bumbelow. Another attempt from Bumbelow. Oh, he stepped around Torrance, but missed. Did all the heavy lifting, just could not finish.
I think he was surprised how open he was.
Obioha battling Balogun, Hareed, and Shinnery from close range. And a chance at a 3-point play for Taimu Shinnery.
Well, you got to keep credit Balogun. He tipped it away here. He kept it alive here. Couldn't get to it, but he kept it alive, And then it ends up in Shinnery's hands.
Henderson got caught in that tight spot and picks up his 4th foul. So a hot hand for the Purple Eagles in foul trouble.
Well, you're at the point now where you can't take him off the floor, even though he's got 4. He's going to have to stay out there.
So Shinnery makes it a 3-point play. A long-awaited first bucket prompts the Purple Eagles to call a timeout with 5:05 left in regulation.
Well, now you see that timeout is they want to they expended a lot of energy to come back and take that lead, and then the Binghamton answered. So Coach Paulus wants to give his guys a rest a little bit.
Oh, you're going to look at that preseason poll that it will carry a little bit more weight when the Bearcats start conference play on January 11th versus the Bryant Bulldogs. Certainly a different look for BU this season with a number of newcomers, with 9 different newcomers. But the tape is out there. There are no really more secrets for any of these teams. They'll be ready for conference play, but now the Americans knows the tools that the Bearcats rely upon.
Yeah, they're not going to sneak up on anybody after the last couple of years' performance, make it to the semis. And, you know, they're a force to be reckoned with. They're on the upswing. Everybody knows it. They can beat anybody on any given night. So they can't be taken lightly.
Same story for these Purple Eagles. They reached the semis last season with a different team. We've talked about their newcomers, but they seem to be finding their best basketball towards the tail end of this non-conference league.
And that's what you want to do. You want to be playing your best when it comes conference play time, although they've already played 2 conference games and they're 0-2, but they're learning from that. You know, as we said before, too, newcomers, guys got to gel, guys got to mesh. You got to get the right system. You got to get what does Coach Paulus want us to do? How do we want to play all year long? And I think a game like this tonight, win or lose, they're finding out how they want to move forward.
We need defense. Defense.
Some discussion from Greg Paulus about the length of timeout that he received. Sounds like he wanted a full timeout. Initially only got a 30-second timeout, but then I think got a full timeout. Certainly felt that way, Doug.
It did seem like a long one, yeah. I think it looks like they got it straightened out. I don't know.
Here we go.
I don't know how they straightened it out, but it looks like they got it straightened out. He seemed to be happy with the explanation.
Henderson playing with 4 fouls. Teardrop won't go down. The U cleans the glass. Offensive rebounds have been hard to come by for Niagara. Just 2 of them in this second half. A 2-point Bearcat lead.
Henderson, though, showed you another move in his repertoire, the little floater.
No one picked up Torrance. A second look for BU, and it belongs to Shinnery, who's fouled. Brutai Seray sends him right back to the free throw line.
Well, he didn't think so, but you have to. I think you have to call that. You have to put Shinnery on the line there. You see, good move by Shinnery. Beats his man off the dribble, forces the help to come over. And, yeah, a little too much bump there.
Lavelle Sanders, a lot of interesting things to say about Chinnery coming to this game. But noting how the things that jumped off the page for him were his defense and his ability to move without the ball. And although he was quiet in the first half, he's a guy that can come through with a big play when the Bearcats need it.
Well, he's got a good IQ. He's moving without the ball is good anticipation. You anticipate what your teammate may be thinking, maybe what he wants to do, and he's already gotten himself into a good position by moving without the ball.
A 3-point game. Can the Purple Eagles grab one on the road? They'll work it to Rutai Searay, battling Petcash, swatted away. Balogun got in there. BU's 7th block of the night. Torrance goes to work. Off the glass and good.
Now, Balogun got them fired up with the block. With the help defense, came over and got the block. And Torrance knew he was going to take Bumbelow the whole time.
7 unanswered for BU. Bumbelow, no rebuttal, won't go down.
Well, that hot streak has seemed to have subsided for Niagara.
And you can see, Doug, there isn't a whole lot of pressure and crashing the glass for them on the offensive glass. A lot of one and done for Niagara.
Well, they expended a lot of energy on that little run they had, and they may be getting a little bit tired.
Balogun pestered by 2 Purple Eagles. Another chance for Hareed, who got in there and draws contact from Niagara. BU starting to string them together. What was a 2-point deficit, now a 5-point lead with just over 3 minutes left in regulation.
This winter, gift yourself what you really want during Kia's Season of Giving Back sales event. Kia is giving great deals on the confidently capable Sorento and the spacious Sportage. Not to mention the great deals on even more vehicles, like the all-electric EV6 and the fun-to-drive Forte. So visit your local Kia dealer and enjoy Kia's Season of Giving Back. Kia, movement that inspires.
BK also backed by popular demand. Your melty wishes are our command. With the new Schwimmin' Swiss, it'll warm your hands and brighten your day. At BK, have it your way.
Derek Henry.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I saved so much bundling, it inspired my workout. Auto! Home!
Okay, and this is auto again, right?
Auto!
Hey, this is my living room.
Oh!
Bundling, just another way to save with the personal price plan.
The dog isn't allowed on the couch, Derek.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I will not break a sweat when I take the stairs.
I will not break a sweat when I take the stairs.
I will dunk on the hoop over my garage.
I will dunk on the hoop over my garage.
I will insist it's regulation height, even though it's definitely not.
I will insist it's regulation height, even though it's definitely not.
Excellent.
Our generation isn't turning away from the world's problems. Watch us fly ahead, rise to every challenge, and overcome anything. Watch us become the next greatest generation.
Walmart's amazing holiday deals are happening now. Save big on must-have fashion, top tech, and so much more. Walmart has deals for every gift on their list. Ready, set, gift.
It's a 9-0 run to put the Bearcats on top by 5. Doug, how have they stitched it together?
Well, after that run by Niagara, they last 7 possessions, they've gone 2 for 7. You know, we always talk about it's a game of runs, and usually the team with the longest run or the last run will come out on top. And Binghamton's last run has them up 5 with just over 3 to go.
And Doug, it was Balogun who shined. 16 of his points tonight came in the first half. Others have stepped up for BU in the second half.
Yeah, here Reed's got some offensive rebounds. Benson made a couple of nice plays. Torrance has been strong on some drives to the basket. So, you know, they're doing what they need to do. They're balancing it. Everybody's getting involved. Balogun couldn't do it all by himself, so he needed some other guys to step it up a little bit, and they have in the second half.
PU in the double bonus now as the Purple Eagles have committed 11 fouls this half.
No empty trip there for Reed, so turns out that may have been a good foul.
Straight away, a three, no good. Three's not falling now for Niagara.
Now we'll see if Binghamton gets a little bit more deliberate on the offensive end. It might be a little too early for that.
The lob, Shinnery lost it, but he's fouled. Looked like Bullock got in there to commit the foul. And that sends the Bearcats right back to the free throw line.
Yeah, with a lot less pressure, like you said. Now they're in the double bonus. A little backdoor action and try to get a lob to Shinnery, and they're going to get, yeah. They're going to get Bullock.
Time moves Shinnery at the line for the Bearcats. 2 shots.
You can see those numbers for Shinnery. 20-plus points, one game after another, and then the big one is 31-point effort against Lemoyne, which sent him to Conference Player of the Week honors in America East.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive to see.
He's got his Bearcats on top by 6 after they trailed by 4. 2:30 left in regulation.
Now, if you're Niagara, you need a good possession. You need a good shot. You can't force one up. And if you're Binghamton, if they miss, you've got to come down with this rebound.
Henderson sized up by Shinnery and a foul away from the ball. That's going to be on Time Move Shinnery.
Number 0, Time Move Shinnery. That's his 4th personal. The team's 7. Bearcats are now over the limit.
That puts Niagara in the bonus. 1-1 territory for the Purple Eagles. 4th one on Shinnery.
Now, referee Adam Vandenberg said you had 2 hands on him, and that's automatic.
Henderson is at the line.
Henderson coming off a 10-point game versus NJIT on Saturday. I've actually seen his minutes dribble down in the last 3 games or so.
Well, he's also their best foul shooter, so you would imagine that these will be good.
81% this season is Henderson, who cracks 20 points for the 2nd time as a Purple Eagle.
He's got a quiet confidence about him too, doesn't he, for a freshman?
He's come alive in this second half. Now 15 of his 22 points in this stanza.
Well, allows them to put pressure on them.
Purple Eagles almost got it back. Petcash and Balogun, but they can't finish. Niagara trying to string it together within 4. 2 minutes left and a foul on the inbound or on the entry pass.
Yeah,
that goes against Hareed.
Yeah, Hareed a little too much bumping and grinding down low. Obeng Mensah was posting him up and got him in deep. And Hareed with a little shove trying to get him out of there.
At the line for Niagara, number 15, Yao Obeng Mensah.
Sanders trying to guide his team to a 7th win in non-conference play. And 9 days in between games, a week and a half just about to recuperate and get healthy. They'll need every ounce to take this one to the finish line against Niagara.
Well, when you're on the road, you got to make foul shots, and they've made their last 3.
Greg Paulus loves the energy that Yao brings, calls it contagious. Couldn't get the roll this time. Second chance. And there was a foul on the rebound attempt on PU. Again on Armand Hareed. That will be number 4.
Charge number 2, Armand Hareed. That's his 4th personal.
That was Drake Bullock that got in there that forced the issue.
Yeah, he snuck in there, got the rebound off the missed foul shot. It bounced an extra time on the rim, and Binghamton guys were in the air. Bullock came away with it, and then they thought they had the good block, Binghamton, but Bullock goes to the line.
So here's Drake Bullock, product of Louisiana Tech, and now joining Niagara for his first season on the hot hand recently. 1 of 2. 2-point game.
Again, though, the make allows Niagara to get into pressure.
And again, BU's inbounds pass leads a man to the corner. Purple Eagle is down behind the play. That's Obeng Mensah. Pressure in the backcourt and a reach and foul on the Purple Eagles.
Niagara foul charge number 13, Tariq Balogun.
Harid going to go to the line, and he's struggled there a little bit. So referees are sending both teams to the bench. They want to take a look at something. Good trap there. Yeah, that's where you want to trap the ball handler. Harid was probably better served to give it up a little bit, pass it ahead, because somebody had to be open. There was two on him, and then there was a third on their way.
I believe this would be in reference to the contact that sent Obeng Mensah clutching his nose. If there was any sort of intentional contact for the BU Bearcats, is Nathan Farrell and Adam Vandenberg. Take a look at what unfolded.
I'll tell you what, these officials, they had to work today. This is a tough game to officiate.
Yeah, you can see that contact in the act of passing. And it looks like it'll just simply be incidental contact.
You guys can definitely say, let me see you dance a little bit. Come on now.
Josh Anderson to explain. So they'll call this incidental contact. So disregard. And then the foul that capped the play sends the Bearcats back to the free throw line.
Yeah, you were right on it. You were right on it, my man. You had it. Incidental contact down there on Obeng Mensah.
Broken clock is right twice a day.
Now you're right more often than not, my man.
Armand Harid to shoot a couple of free throws. Doug, this is, if you can draw a parallel to a different sport, baseball, you can hear starting pitchers maybe say, yeah, you know, I didn't have my best stuff, but I had to find a way to win. Whichever team comes out on top tonight can probably say something like that after this game.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, neither team, especially in that first half, both of them played a little bit under their capability, you'd say. But the second half has been much better for both teams. Certainly for Niagara on that run, making all those threes and having that good percentage there for a good 7-minute run there.
So Luke Bumbalough controls. 2 years removed from a huge season at Ball State. He has come through with some big buckets tonight for Niagara. Kick out. Rutai Searay zips it to Obioha. It got tapped. Obioha follows but misses. And Balogun cleans the glass. Surprised the Purple Eagles weren't looking for a goaltend here. It was very close.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, they got what they wanted. They got Obioha deep into the lane, and he missed two easy ones.
Now Torrance, floater, no. A scrum for the rebound. Purple Eagles get it. Down by 3, final minute. Henderson kicks it out. And Niagara uses their final timeout. So Niagara cleans the glass, prevents any second look for BU, and now they've got it, Doug, trailing by 3.
Well, just what they needed to do. There's still a one-possession game now. 54 seconds to go, you're down 3. You don't necessarily have to start jacking up threes right now. Now, they may design a play here to get a good look for a 3, and it'll probably go to Bumbalough, or Henderson hasn't had one in a long time, but you don't have to shoot a 3. You can take an easy 2. If it presents itself, obviously you would take one. So on the defensive end, if you're Binghamton, don't foul a 3-point shooter. If you stop them, make sure you come down with this rebound.
The 3, though, has been kind to the Purple Eagles. The first time this season that they've knocked down 10 in a game.
Well, this second half is, you know, they made 7 of them in the second half. So, and they weren't forcing them. You know, they just came in the flow of the offense. They didn't really key on it or you know, make sure that they shot threes. They just happened to open themselves up, and then they knocked them all down, which got them to where they are right now.
So the Purple Eagles used their last timeout. BU's already in the double bonus. One more Bearcat foul puts the Purple Eagles in the double bonus.
You're going to see Henderson and Bumbalough going to screen for each other and then kicking back out. So he didn't. So Tucker didn't get to the table in time before the first horn. So he's not allowed to come into the game. So they got to put Bullock back into the game.
Sharp eyes from somebody on the scorer's table. Obeng Mensah to inbound. Rutai Searay for Bumbelow, trailing by 3 to tie it. Too deep, and Benson's got the rebound.
Well, still too early. You don't have to foul if you're Niagara. It's still a one-possession game. You just got to play solid defense and come up with this rebound if you're Niagara.
Purple Eagles looking for a defensive stop. Bumbelow waiting for Torrance to make the first move. Here's Harid. Underneath, reverse, won't go down. Obeng Mensah cleans the glass. Purple Eagles out of timeout with 15 seconds to play.
Same thing with Niagara. Now you don't need a 3.
Henderson puts it up. It's offline. Harid's got the rebound. Purple Eagles need to foul, and they do. So Bullock burns his 5th foul, and now the Bearcats get salted away at the free throw line.
Now, it's ironic that Harid is on the line because he's missed the last 2 that could have given a 2-possession game. Now all he has to do is knock one of these down and probably assure Binghamton of a victory.
Henderson had knocked down 4 3-pointers already tonight, Doug, but that one was a tough one. Had 2 Bearcats right around him.
Yeah, you know, they were definitely shooting a 3. And all 5 guys around the arc, but credit Binghamton for knowing that. And good defense without fouling.
And Harid meant to the 2-possession game. Maybe the exhale pushed that one into the hoop. Perfect trip for Harid. Purple Eagles will get this in. Bumbelow got the 3 off. Left it short.